My name's Leigh, this is my wife Rebecca. We were married on the 19th of August 2013 and it was a perfect sunny day.
I think the wedding for us was more about family. We wanted all of our friends and family to celebrate with us on the day. Obviously there's traditional things that a girl wants, like a nice dress, nice food, but most importantly for us, I think it was just having the people that we love around us on our special day. I first met Pat when I moved into a house with my parents. We'd moved from Hoo to Strood, and we were probably about 2 years away from starting secondary school. She was our neighbour. Obviously at such a young age we were quite interested in our surroundings, and Pat had lots of chickens, a rabbit, a couple of dogs, and we noticed at the end of our garden, we had a really lovely big garden, and at the end of the garden there was a fence with a doorway in it. And we thought, how strange, there's a gate that leads into her garden. So one day we went through it, and from that day onwards she welcomed us into her lives. We spent pretty much most of our childhood at our neighbour's house. Even now her daughters still say to us that she pretty much saw us as additional grandchildren. We found out about Pat's dementia a couple of years ago in 2012. When I went round to visit her, certain things weren't quite right, certain behaviours and things had changed, and I'd find out more so through her daughter, because she used to keep us informed. So it was quite upsetting when I found out that obviously she was very unwell and she wouldn't be able to come to the wedding. That's something that I really wanted to share with her. So planning the wedding was quite a big job. I think I probably did around 80% of it, although you did
50%.
50%. You had your fair share of involvement. It was quite a big wedding. Obviously we had around 100 guests.
100 guests.
And there was a lot to think about from a decor point of view.
And then you come across the wedding favours. And for me, wedding favour, I didn't even know what a wedding favour was. We come across the Alzheimer Society badges that you can buy, or you can donate, make a donation to Alzheimer's. And we thought it was a really good idea because we realised that Pat wouldn't be able to come to the day, so it was a real tribute to her.
It was our way of making Pat still feel involved, even though she couldn't be there. We had the badges on every single table, so there was a badge for everybody on the day.
When I explained, it was probably one of the only rounds of applause I got, apart from the end of my speech. I know that Becca wanted someone to be here today, but she could not be, and that's the reason why you've got those badges in front of you. So we did make a donation to charity on behalf of Pat, and I'd like to thank Rachel and her family for being here as well. Thank you. Almost immediately people started putting them on, and
it was creating a lot of conversation as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think seeing everybody wearing the badges, immediately it kind of ignites something in here. It obviously made me think of Pat everywhere I looked, because you're obviously reminded about such a cruel disease, but at the same time it was really special to be able to kind of create awareness at the same time as recognising Pat. I think Pat would have loved to be there. She was never one for really large social events, but I think she would have been really proud, and I knew that she was there in spirit.